said, I wasn't a bit overwhelmed with all that has happened within the last few days and all that continues to happen. There are many questions that we must ask. What lessons have we learned since March 2016, since the fire last year? Have we enforced the changes that we know are necessary? A friend of mine questioned, why is it, despite this jarring event in 2016 and another in 2017, do we remain seemingly mum? Are we jaded? Are we stone-hearted? Or does our privilege allow us the comfort of being temporarily outraged and then we nestle back into our cocoons, safe from factors that have placed many youth in prison? What happened at Camp Street in 2016 and now again in 2017 hopefully ignites a need to reflect inward and outward on a system which many of us took comfort ignoring for far too long. And more importantly, as part of that reflection, we have no other choice but to consume the faces of those who've suffered as a direct result of systematic shortcomings. I was prepared to stand here and champion many causes for reforms in the prison system, the modus operandi of the police, and the judiciary. But the prisoners of Camp Street have accomplished in a matter of days what activists have championed for years. For me, it takes too much mental effort to quiet the anger I feel, especially considering the myriad of measures being put in place now. 1,018 prisoners, still a burdensome figure, 1 year after March 2016. I know the magistrates were recently placed on the front line in Lusignan. The Guyana Chronicle reported a few days ago that 22 inmates received bail, which is fantastic. But we need to be more than reactively corrective. We must condemn and correct the very behaviors and institutional high-handedness which engineered the crisis in the first place. I have seen magistrates, with my own eyes, act with indifference towards poor communities, particularly as it relates to granting bail and the price set for bail. What we have seen in the events of Camp Street is a cook-up of the manifestation of the frustration felt by some inmates who reportedly aided, and according to reports continue to aid, the nefarious intentions of others. These are continued acts of defiance against the system and its agents for unnecessarily long trials, inefficiencies in the police prosecution system, exorbitant bail amounts, just to name a few. Justice delayed is justice denied. And the Camp Street prison fire remains a radical act of defiance which has forced the system to correct itself. There are talks of expanding Mazruni prison to the tune of hundreds of millions of dollars. Like some of my colleagues, I'd much rather see that money be put towards social development, reformation of those incarcerated, and even striking down colonial-era laws and practices which provide for unconscionable prison sentences for possession of small quantities of a plant, and which further contribute to the swelling of the prison numbers. I know the Honorable Vice President spoke about marijuana consumption as young as age 11. I remember it was just in 2016 that the directors of the Sir Arthur Lewis Institute for University of West Indies met in Barbados. And at the end of the session, they were speaking about the push for legalization of marijuana in the Caribbean. You know, Mona campus is now planting marijuana.
It's a medication.
And they said, you know, it is almost unreasonable that we were fighting somebody else's war on drugs. And now, they themselves are utilizing it to build schools and contribute to social development, while we have these laws still on our books, claiming to it for dear life. There is work to be done, work which requires the full involvement of the legislature and the executive, as well as the judiciary. I stood on the front line with a friend during the prison fire, the recent one, pelting back and forth and dodging the gunshots and the blistering heat. We left before 6 p.m., and as we were leaving, we passed a woman in tears. My friend is not one given to emotion and the social sciences, but he said to me, it is sometimes easy to forget when these tragedies have a human face until you see families cry for their loved ones. And he's correct. For many, it is easy to strip prisoners of their humanity because of our perceptions of the crimes committed and because of our desire for retribution. But more than the penal system, we must examine the other systems which churn out the criminally minded. Conversations as these cannot be confined to the princely walls of the Pegasus Hotel. But these are perilous times, and I dread to think of what lies ahead of us unless we are prepared to deal, as the Vice Chancellor said, head on with our nation's largest demographic group, 68% of our population aged 15 to 35, according to the National Youth Policy 2015. As youth, our experiences are not the same. Class, race, gender, sexual orientation, all of these are factors which shape our lives and how we navigate. We are not a homogeneous group. We exist across many differences. The image of Elton Ray, standing proud in his graduation gown, haunts me to this day, as I contrast that with other images of him lying, seemingly conscious, I should say, in the trail police van. For many, it was difficult to contrast Elton's real situation with our society's own perceptions of the face and experience of crime and those who commit crimes. The face many expected, young, black, male, unemployed, lazy. The discomfort of blending stereotypes with reality exploded in the press when headlines spoke to the seemingly well-paying jobs these men had. And even our public security minister hinted to the Guyana Chronicle that he was prepared to speak at the forum on educated criminals. Immediately I wondered if the vice president was going to present a focus on politicians, but the youth movement is already taking form, but we need our seniors to stop pushing back. Ageist policies and distrust for youth opinion limit our involvement in decisions. The youth want power, and to ignore 68% of the nation is to effectively rule as a minority. Academia has its role also. This is a traditionally exclusive space, but we must push for breaking those walls of exclusion and create a nexus between academic work and real-life activism. There are many questions which demand answers, but we must be prepared to interrogate all realities, even the ones which make us uncomfortable. It is only through the interrogation of many confessions that we arrive at our collective truth for advancing real transformative change, which recognize both social and economic justice. In 2015, many anticipated the setting up of a Ministry of Youth. A necessary move considering the sheer magnitude of the youth demographic. Instead, we were met with an oversimplification of the diversity and complexity of our youth experience, as the Department of Youth was compartmentalized with all portfolios within the Education Ministry to compete for already scarce resources along with other heavyweights like the Culture and Sports departments. It is time we revise the idea of a youth ministry. Beyond the National Youth Policy, not the same one drafted by you during the consultation, but there is one on this. Consultations for the Juvenile Justice Bill have started, commendable, and I see the Office of the Chancellor of the Judiciary made a public notice regarding the setting up of juvenile courts, another necessary step. But even before these advents, where is the Child Rights Commission and what work has it done over the years? How much money have we invested? When will we review the membership of these integral rights commissions, including the Indigenous Peoples Commission and the Women and Gender Equality Commission, which have all expired for quite a number of years? To this day, the Human Rights Commission has never been convened, even after government's promise in the National Assembly during the 2016 budget presentations to have this done by the end of 2016. We don't need any more promises. We've had enough of those from all sides of the political divide. What we need is action and a commitment to fix the systemic shortcomings. We need the involvement of all of you by meeting us where we sit, where we play, where where we mingle, where we line, where we sport, wherever. We need you to build trust and a strong working relationship as fervently as during your election campaigns. We speak of youth entrepreneurship, but are we considering the real economic situation of the country? The consumer distrust for local produce and youth-run businesses? Are we considering real experiences of young people accessing loans from the bank? Where do I get collateral as a Lepore Street youth at age 18 if I want to start a business? There are many youth projects and initiatives worth mentioning. The positive, sustainable impact of these initiatives remain to be proven. As a Lepore Street youth myself, none of those initiatives have transcended the social and geographical space of my community. We speak of individual responsibility of criminals and the criminally minded, and I was asked to speak directly to this. Time's up.
It is long up, but go on, you're doing very well.
Everywhere I look, everywhere I look, I see lucrative spoils of celebrated local kingpins who walk amongst us. We must also be mindful of how these images shape the value systems of our youth, particularly men in their pursuit of success. For some, greed, a seemingly one-word thesis statement, adequately sums up the entire situation of youth who engage in crime for economic sustenance. There appears to be no more room for analysis, and where such interrogations of the social structure do happen, they are met with rebukes of critical thinkers being criminal apologists. But even the one-word thesis statement greed must be examined within the context of our diseased class system and complementary class consciousness, which inform how we attribute ideas of entitlement and contentment between the ruling class and the working class. Our individual value systems must be contextualized, possibly as symptoms of our social, economic, and political environments. Within our education system, we see how inequalities are created and recreated. Every year we fetishize the National Grade 6 assessment and the CXC exams. As an impressionable youth, the system seemed right. I was on top of it. But the one boy who was forced to sit at the back of the class because he was dunce, is now a pilot in the US Navy. Another one who sat close to him is an artist, an exceptional one, trained at the Yarborough School of Art. These examinations are a reflection of how we value and devalue our children, and further about how we value and devalue different intelligences, integral to our politics of exclusion. Now, I am not the voice of every youth, nor am I the voice for every youth. As youth, our experiences are different. And because of that difference, individual experiences must be valued, regardless of how messy you perceive the language. Now, I acknowledge my privilege and the opportunities that are afforded to me, but at this point in time, there is very, very little room for being reactively corrective. And the work is messy, and it must start now. Thank you.